Welcome to Extraterrestrial Reality. Today we're going to talk about aliens. Aliens getting captured on camera, on ring cameras, on cell phone cameras, things that we've talked about before. But we have some new discoveries to talk about, including later on we're going to talk about a discovery made by a friend of the channel, John Hobart, with regards to a 2022 South Carolina incident involving something in a tree. There was a video that was posted back in 2022. This gentleman got home at the end of the day and there was something in his tree, some sort of a creature, but he couldn't see it. He filmed it, and we looked at that video. There were some strange, anomalous things with regard to that video, and we talked about it late last year in December. But John Hobart, he found at least one creature in the tree. He thinks there might even be two, but he actually has identified, by looking at that video, researching that video, studying the video, he has found what looks to be a creature in the tree. You could see its face, you could see its hand that has a big body. We're going to get into that later. However, first we're going to talk about something that just happened this month on June 6th in Compton, California. One of my subscribers had reached out yesterday and let me know about this video that was posted by another YouTuber, the Hidden Underbelly 2.0. And he came across this video that a person had posted on Instagram as well as on Facebook, and he posted this video. It's an amazing video. Just check this out. This was from a Ring camera that all of a sudden it went on. It was a motion camera. It went on in the middle of the night, about 3 minutes after 1 a.m. on June 6th, and it captured some sort of a weird creature walking by the front porch of this house in Compton, California. Check it out. Now, it's a very, very strange looking creature, I got to say. As you look at this now, we're going to look at this as we talk. This is what the Hidden Underbelly 2.0 wrote about this in the description for his video that he posted yesterday. It says, this strange footage was captured at the home of Jessica Ortiz in the early morning hours of June 6, 2025. And in the clip, we can see this strange alien-like creature walking past her front porch and out of the view of the Ring camera. The alien seems to be between 3 to 4 feet tall and a blue-grayish color. At the end of the footage, you can hear some loud banging noises. This is the sound of the back gate. Here's a direct quote from Jessica Ortiz. She says, "We heard it open, but nothing came through. I have cameras in the back that are motion censored, and they didn't pick up anything." And she also said, "My aunt lives next door, and she said at about 12:45 a.m., which was about 15 minutes right before the Ring camera went off, she heard 3 loud bangs on the roof of her house, which is wild to me. She said she heard scratching sounds after the second bang and ran to her room and started praying." Now, I have reached out to Jessica Ortiz, and I really hope that she gets back with me, because I would like to talk about this incident a lot more. I think this is something that's most certainly worthy of investigation. I really to me, this creature, whatever it is, it doesn't look human. And if it's, I just don't, this person, if I actually looked at her Instagram, she mostly posts, personal kinds of things with her and family. It seems stuff like that. Nothing about UFOs ever. And so I think that this is a legitimate thing. She was actually requesting, she wanted people to, what is it? She wants people to tell her, what is this thing that's walking by the front porch? Well, let's check out the video as we talk here. Here it is in regular speed. It's in a loop here, and then it made that noise that you heard later on. We're not going to play that again as we talk about this, but there was a noise that was actually the back gate opening and closing. But the Ring camera that she had in the back, that did not go off. That didn't activate for some reason. But then when she checked this, she saw that creature. Now here's another close-up of it that that I have here. There it is, real quick. I mean, that does not look like a person, and I don't think it's fake. I mean, you can see it as it walks by this transparent basket that's on the porch there. Look at this thing. I mean, the size of the head, the shape of the head, it is very, very strange. Very, very strange. And here it is in slow motion. I did a slow motion version here of it too. Look at this thing. Look at that. My gosh. I mean, I'm starting to wonder: are these creatures are they just here among us already, and we're not realizing this? Are just living among us, perhaps, and we don't see them, and they show up on Ring cameras sometimes for reasons unknown. I have no idea. But this thing, to me, very odd. I mean, look at the shape of this head. I mean, and then when she investigated this, according to her report there, she investigated this immediately. I mean, they heard this, the back gate crashing, and they checked the Ring camera, the back Ring camera. That didn't capture anything. The front porch Ring camera captured whatever this is. I don't know. What is it? Does anybody know? Is it an alien creature? Is it someone wearing a costume somehow? I mean, it is blue and gray, and it does not look human whatsoever. If it's a costume, it would have to be someone very short, and the head, I mean, the size of the head, it's just huge the way it goes back. It looks like something similar to actually John Merrick, the Elephant Man, if you remember that case from the 1800s. I mean, this is just extremely weird. Or it looks like, even like the head that you see in the movie Alien. Very, very strange. So I like. What do you think? I don't know. What do people out there think about this? Because I don't know what to say about it. I think it's legitimate. This person doesn't seem like they would make it up. I think that she captured something on the camera, and I guess the question is, what is that something? Yes, you have to also think about her aunt who lives next door, who said around 1:45 in the morning, right before this Ring camera captured this creature, whatever it is, heard 3 loud bangs on her roof. And after the second bang, she said she heard loud scratching sounds. And that was what caused her to run into another room and start saying her prayers. She was so scared. And then the next thing you know, this Ring camera from her niece activates at 1:03 a.m. and films this weird creature walking near their back porch. You could see it, whatever it is. I don't know. It does not look human. It doesn't look like. I don't think it could be any sort of animal. It's walking on two feet. So I don't think it's anything like that. I mean, maybe Mick West might want to tell us at some point that it's a raccoon or coyote, but I don't think so. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look human. And the weird part about it is that when it went to the back, it used the back gate, but the Ring camera in the back didn't capture it. So I don't know what to say about this. I think it's something that probably will gain traction as time goes on. I want to say thanks to the Hidden Underbelly 2.0 for posting this video and talking about it and gathering the information. And I really hope that I have the opportunity as well to speak with Jessica Ortiz about this, because I think this is it could be significant. It could be another significant incident with regard to these beings showing up out of the clear blue sky in the middle of the night. I mean, we just recently we talked about this other thing, this weird. The guy was sitting on that was in California as well, in Los Angeles, which is right next to Compton. There was some sort of a weird object that was floating down the pavement in the middle of the night. He was sitting on his front porch, so he started filming it with his cell phone camera. It was floating down the pavement, crossed the street, and went across the street, and then hovered in front of the second story of a house across the street, and then changed direction again, and then started after it moved back across the street to where it originally came from, apparently, and then it started moving in another direction and then disappeared up in the trees. I don't know what that was. I don't know if we'll ever know what that thing is. Was it an alien? Maybe. I don't know. Could be. I mean, here's a video that's posted on Reddit of something that was captured on a Ring camera somewhere. There's not a lot of information about it, but what is this thing? I mean, this was captured on some sort of a security camera as well, some sort of an object or creature floating through the sky. I mean, what the heck is that thing? I have no idea. Of course, I will leave links to everything, including to Jessica Ortiz's Instagram and Facebook pages, as well as to the YouTube channel of the Hidden Underbelly 2.0, so you can check out those videos, as well as this weird video from that was posted on Reddit just recently. Again, this is something that was talked about in the past before. What is it? I have no idea. Is this maybe this thing that we see in this Reddit video? Is this similar to the thing that was captured in Los Angeles recently? That weird object that was seen floating around, moving across the street and then disappearing in the trees. Is that the same kind of thing? I don't know. Anyway, now we're going to talk about something else. We talked about that weird tree incident in South Carolina in 2022. We talked about that in a show back in December, and now we're going to revisit that thanks to the work of John Hobart. Okay, this video was originally posted in May of 2022 by a YouTuber named Jeff X1414, and the title of that video was God or Sasquatch, Watch Till the End. And it was a really amazing video, but it really didn't really start catching steam until late last year, and I did a show about it in December. And anyway, here's the full video that was posted by Jeff X1414, and we'll take it from there.
I hope you can hear this. It sounds like gorillas fighting in the tree. They're breaking limbs bigger around than me. I've never seen anything like it in my life. This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was, they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me. And I still cannot figure out what it is. Look, they're ruining this freaking place. What in God's name is it? It's bigger than me, whatever it is. Because it's breaking limbs off that it would take me 2 minutes to saw. Look, see, he's coming right above me right here. He's fixing to throw something at me, whatever it is. Yeah, they don't like you messing with them. Look. What in God's name is going on? Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. What in Jesus' name is doing this? Oh my God, he just took half the tree down. Something, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, it's gotta be I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades and doing this. It's something stronger than a bear. And he is pissed. Yeah, that's a healthy tree. About 8 to 10, maybe even 12 inches in diameter that he just broke because he's pissed because I'm getting close to him. I think I'm gonna bounce because I think he just hit the ground, which means he's about to face me on foot. And I don't really want to wrestle with somebody that can tear trees down just because they're mad. My God, look at the tree he just freaking broke in half.
Now, when I talked about this incident on my show back in December, I like I pointed out, it's hard to see anything. I couldn't see any creatures. It seemed like whatever was happening there, these beings or whatever was in the tree was invisible. I mean, there was a couple of instances where you might have seen something. I pointed it out in that previous show, but now we can see something thanks to John Hobart. Anyway, let's go through some of the stuff that he sent me. Now, this is one of the videos he sent me originally, and in this one you could see something is throwing this stick down from the tree here, and he was trying to point this out, like there's something there, and he was trying to figure out what's there. And what he was able to do, he zooms in on it here. He thinks you could see something a little bit maybe here. It's still hard for me to see, but later on he did find something. There's something here. There's actually some sort of at least one large creature. He thinks there possibly could be two there, and we're going to show you that here in a second. Here, let me pull up this other video that he sent me. Now look at this. Now check this thing out. You could see it shake. You could see it right here. Look at this. Right in there. You could see a face and everything. Not only that, where you see, you could actually see it's like what looks like it could be a large hand. And he has some still images too that he sent. Now, where he was able to find this stuff, this guy was pointing a flashlight, and according to John, from what he's discovered, is that every time the guy was using the flashlight, when he pointed it at it, it was like Predator. You couldn't see it, but when you focus in on the dark spots, on areas where the flashlight isn't shining, then this is what you see. This thing right here. Look at. You can see what looks like an eye here, and this is where all this tree shaking seems to be emanating from this area. So it does look like there is something there. It does look like something's there. Now there's some still images that he sent me. Let's go through some of those. Like right here, this is a still image, and then he has it zoomed in right here so you can see it better. Let's just pause it here. Like you see this is where its head is right here. This thing right here, according to John, appears to be its hand, and you can only see it apparently if you're not shining the flashlight on it. If you put light on this thing, it becomes invisible. You can't see it. So that's why he was focusing on dark spots on the tree, and this is what he was able to find. Let's continue looking at some of these images that he sent me. Okay, right there, you see the face right here. He has an arrow pointing at where the face is, and also an arrow pointing at where the hand is. And let's continue to play it and see what the next still is. Right here is another image of this creature in a different expression on its face, but you can see one of its eyes right there, a big black eye there. It looks like an open mouth there. And this is what was shaking the tree. At least he thinks there could be two of them. He's not sure. He thinks that they might have been fighting up there. We're going to have to really start looking at this video more in depth. I mean, obviously something we know. I mean, as it stood, right? Look at this thing right here. Like this is another view of it. Another still image that was extracted. I mean, what the hell's going on here? I mean, you have to ask yourself questions. Are these creatures creatures that have the ability to make themselves invisible, like living right among us? Is that what's going on? And now? Here's what the image looks like darkened. This is just without any enhancement, without any brightening, and you can't really see it that well. But it's barely perceptible. But then he provides a brightened version where you can see this apparent being there in the tree behind the branches there. Whatever this thing is what was shaking the branches. It does not look like an escaped monkey to me. I don't know what it looks like. It looks more alien-esque than anything. That's all I could say about this. This is amazing work, and I got to congratulate John Hobart for being able to discover this, because as of I didn't see this before. A lot of us looked at this video. We weren't finding anything. But John Hobart he's been fascinated by this. He's been sending me messages over the past several months since we first started talking about it back in December. And he thinks there was something more to it. Well, it looks like he found something more to it. Obviously, let's look at that other image that other video where we could actually see the creature in action. Look at this thing. Let's start it from the beginning. This is amazing. This is amazing stuff. This is an amazing find. I mean, when you think about it, what we just looked at earlier from Compton, California, and now we're able to say, look at this thing. using some sort of cloaking technology. You can't see it when you shine the flashlight out. It just blends in with the trees. But in the darkness, if you filmed it later on, you could brighten it up, and here you go. You could see the source of what was causing all of this commotion in the tree. We didn't have an explanation before, but now at least we have an explanation. What the hell is it? I don't know. That's something we need to talk about, and I'm sure we will be talking about this as we move forward into the future. Again, I'm starting to wonder. You think about all the different cases that we've talked about on the show: the Vegas case, the now this Compton case, the Los Angeles case from recently that we talked about with that object floating down the street, and now we have this. Now we have something to look at and something to identify as the culprit behind whatever was responsible for destroying that tree that night. I mean, this is amazing footage, and it's great that this guy filmed it. He didn't see anything in it. I don't think anybody looked at this video hard enough to discover this, but John Hobart has done it, and he's found something in the tree, and I think he's correct. I think that there's something there. I mean, obviously something was causing that tree to shake like that. It wasn't an earthquake. Nothing else was shaking, just the tree. And here we have what looks like some sort of non-human face. Is this some sort of wild creature that we don't know about that hasn't been identified yet? Is it maybe a Bigfoot? Are they able to climb up trees like this and become invisible? I don't know about that. I think it could be I don't know what the explanation is, to be quite honest with you folks. It's some sort of, it looks like a humanoid kind of a creature. Whatever it is, I don't know. Is it alien? Is it something that's here already? What is it? Where did it come from? Why was it up in that tree? I have no idea, but it's fascinating. That's all I could say about that. Okay, let's just check out this one more time. This is something else. Absolutely something else. Yeah, thanks a lot, John. I very much appreciate it for taking all. He spent a lot of time doing this, by the way. He let me know in his email messages that he was sending me, and yeah, this is something else. Amazing work, I gotta say. Okay, now one more thing. I want to move on. I want to talk about, I have some new names for some of the Las Vegas aliens. I want to point those out to you next. Okay, as we all know, I have given names to some of the aliens that we see in the Las Vegas alien video of 2023. Of course, there's the famous Mr. Chase Him Out of the Yard, and then there is the Lurch Over the Fence, a.k.a. Dunning. That's the latest name for him, Dunning, the face that appears above the fence. And we can't forget Kruger. He's the one that's standing there by the heavy equipment and looks very, very much like the one of the creatures that abducted the Allagash 4 back in 1976. And then, of course, we have my favorite, the Undeniable Backbreaker, or UB for short. He's the little gray alien who pops his head up after they get chased out of the yard, and they reopen the gate and they train the cell phone camera back at that heavy equipment, and for a few seconds there we see this little gray alien. There's no question about it, as big as life, showing up there, and it's an amazing stuff. However, and of course, that's so far to date we have Mr. Chase Him Out of the Yard, Lurch Over the Fence, aka Dunning, and then of course we have Kruger back there, who looks just like one of the Allagash 4 aliens, and then we also have UB, the Undeniable Backbreaker. Now, last year, one of the people who follow my podcast, Sean Catlin, sent me this. He sent me this image. This is the original image here, right there. It's this, you can't see it as well here. And here I zoomed in on it. You can see this thing right here. You see that? There's the eye here, eye there is the alien head. This was standing back there next to the heavy equipment. And this image here was taken when after they got chased out of the yard, and then and right before they shut the gate, they looked in the yard for a second, and then they shut the gate. That's where this image comes from. I took a picture of it, a still image of it. This is right before they shut the gate, after they got chased out of the yard. There you can see it right there. And Sean had enhanced it so you could see it you could see it a lot better on his version. But actually, that thing is there even before they go into the yard. They just didn't know it. This is, and by the way, the name for this one here, his name is Cognitive. And the other one that I'm going to show you later on, his name is Dissonance. Okay, so meet Cognitive here, or Coggy for short, or maybe just Cog. You know. But anyway, this is where it originally shows up. Here's the video when it first opens up. It's zoomed in a little bit, but it's actually standing right back here. You'll see it. This is they didn't even know it was there. It's right there. You can see it right there. Yep, no doubt about it. Watch. I'll show you again. As they're walking in, you'll notice it's standing. You can see its big head right there. Later on, that thing disappears. So it's there at this point in the video, in the 1 minute and 41 second long video. But then later on, Coggy's gone. Look at this. Then they get chased out of the yard. But you can see him pretty well there. See him? He's checking them out as they go into the backyard. They didn't even realize it. Or maybe they did realize it, but it was too late. And then they all get chased out of the yard because there goes Mr. Chase him out of the yard, comes out of the darkness there, scares the hell out of them. They go running out with their guns. Well, let's see. There he is. You see him? And then here comes Lurch over the fence. You could barely see him because I have it zoomed in. But you see what I'm talking about. And here it is again. They're walking back into the yard, and Coggy standing back there checking them out. There, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit so you can see it better. Yeah, there's Coggy looking at them with his big round head, as you can see. How about that, folks? Yeah, it's nice to see real aliens, isn't it? That's what we've been doing here today. And anyway, here's some still images. This is right when they're going into the yard. You could see Coggy right there. You see an eye there, an eye there. There's his head right there, right? And here's the next still image. There you can see him. It looks like he's checking them out as they're coming in. And I think this was my favorite picture of Coggy right here, because you can see a big round basketball-shaped head with big black eyes staring at them, right? Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. There's a close-up of it. But I thought Sean Catlin's image here was probably the best. Yeah, check that out. That's Coggy. Coggy. Yep, Cognitive. Or, both of these guys, Cognitive and then Dissonance. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, now we're going to move on to Dissonance. What you're looking at right here, that's a freeze frame of Dissonance. This guy, he shows up at about 1 minute and 11 seconds into the video. You'll see him pop up. Everything gets really blurry. I'm going to show you where this guy shows up. Okay, I actually have it in slow motion here. At the 1 minute and 11 second mark, around that point, that's when Dissonance shows up. He's Cognitive's buddy. And he has a big head. His face appears. You can see it behind this truck that's in front here, and then there's this rail on the back of that truck, and he's looking through that rail. For some reason, he becomes somewhat visible. Let me just play this video here. He's in 5 frames altogether. That's all he is. That's all he's there for. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. How about that? Yeah, he's still there after that's the 3rd frame. He's still hanging in there. The camera's moving. That face is still there, staring back at you. Look at now, it's starting to get distorted, similarly to how UB becomes distorted, and then he's gone. Let's check him out again. Yep, Cognitive, and then his buddy here, Dissonance, or Dis for short. Okay, Cog and Dis. How about that? Now, here's the thing. Now, let me just point something out here. If it was just this, like say there was somebody presented a video and says, hey, I think there's an alien that pops up in this video, and here it is, I would probably dismiss this, all right? However, because of what we know about this video, all the other things that we see in the video, right? Of course, we have the face above the fence. We have the creature chasing him out of the yard. We have the creature standing back there by the heavy equipment. That's Kruger. And also we have UB, the undeniable backbreaker, which there's no question about it. That's an alien creature. We have the 911 call. We have all these different things, right? We have the object coming down from the sky without any heat signature. I mean, there's just so much evidence when it comes to this case. So I have to give this credence. I mean, even though I'm looking at it, I'm actually experiencing some cognitive dissonance myself here when I'm looking at this. I think I did bring this one up before once, I think, in a video a long time ago. And I have to admit, at the same time, I'm not sure if I believe it, but at the same time, I feel like I'm compelled to believe that this is a face. And anyway, I did take this to AI, and I wanted to get AI's opinion on it. And let's check out what the AI gave me on this. Yeah, I uploaded that image, that still image that I showed you earlier, and AI thinks that there's something there as well. And this is the image that they generated. I asked them to create an image for me on what what AI sees, and this is what it gave me. Yeah, it said, it actually pointed out that the image you provided is extremely blurry and lacks clear definition, but at first glance it gives the impression of a face-like structure, potentially resembling two dark areas near the top that could be interpreted as eyes, a central vertical area suggesting a nose, a darker horizontal shape below that may resemble a mouth. And all I basically did was ask it, what does this look like? I uploaded that image that I showed you earlier and basically asked, what does this look like? Just to make sure I'm not crazy. And AI says that, yeah, it looks like a face to it too. And then it actually went on saying that it could be pareidolia, but then I pointed out that actually this is another still image from the 2023 Las Vegas alien cell phone footage. And it went on to say that thank you for clarifying. This still being from the 2023 Las Vegas alien cell phone footage adds important context. Given that, here's what stands out in the image when viewed with that intent. There appears to be a vaguely humanoid or humanoid insectoid face in the center. The eyes look large and somewhat reflective, placed relatively high and wide on the head. The head shape is slightly elongated, possibly tapering toward the chin, which fits with the praying mantis type entity many observers have associated with that case. There also seems to be a faint suggestion of a neck or shoulders below the face, but it's extremely indistinct. This image still falls into a zone of extreme ambiguity, and its interpretation relies heavily on expectation and context. Without prior knowledge of the case, it could easily be dismissed as a distorted face or even just artifacting. Yeah, I agree with that assessment right there. However, it appears in this video. It's another thing that appears in this video, and this is just some of them. There's actually a lot more in this video besides the stuff I'm talking about here today. All of them. There's more than that. Anyway, it says here, but within the framework of the reported encounter, particularly claims of a tall, thin insectoid figure with large eyes, this still can be seen as supporting visual material, albeit weak on its own. See? And it asked if I wanted a recreation or enhancement, and I said, yeah, and it gave me this. So what do you think about that? Well, there we go. We're talking about a lot of different alien encounters here today, and we have some video evidence and visual evidence and images to go along with it. I mean, if you're not convinced by this point, I don't know if anything ever will convince you. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up for now. I'm going to say this. Thank you all for joining me. Until next time.